So
when it breaks,
What?
We have it first.
I don't have this.
Sactown Sports breaking news.
Chris has it. He's informing us.
according to Shams Charania, the Sacramento Kings and interim coach Doug Christie are finalizing a multi-year contract to make Christie the franchise's next head coach. Sources tell ESPN Christie's agent Andy Miller of Clutch Sports negotiated a new deal for the Kings' full-time job this week.
It's not an enthusiastic enough clap over there.
I'm so split, dude.
I know.
I'm so split. I hate that I know Doug Christie.
Yeah.
Wow.
I hate that I respect him.
Wow.
And I hate
Let's
that
get him on the horn.
I am personally invested.
I hate that he's a good guy and cares about his family.
And good to people.
I hate that he's got a great sense of humor.
I
hate that he wants this organization to win more than just about anything.
I'm very happy for Doug.
It looks like it.
I am, and I think this may be a phenomenal move. It truly, Doug could be the answer and the stabilizer.
Right.
And there may be no other way out of this. It's if you're sensing hesitancy from me, it is only in the idea that we said when Scott Perry got here, be shocked. You hire the GM and then you hire the coach. And I just hope that this wasn't a prerequisite to Scott Perry being here. That's all. Now, that being said, who cares if Doug's the right guy?
Right.
And Doug did a great job. He did a great job. And now they're going to be paying Mike Brown and Doug Christie for the next few years.
Which they were going to be paying Mike Brown and
Right.
his coach anyway.
So
I would like to be fair to you, Dave.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
No matter who the Kings brought in as a head coach, you most likely would be hesitant on.
It depends. I saw I tell you this much, Bovada put out odds as to assuming Doc Rivers would get fired.
I think all of us had the
I was like, that might be the
reaction.
straw. That actually might get me to temporarily leave the franchise as a fan if they hired Doc Rivers.
Was that a favorite?
It was the Kings were the co-favorite. I forget what the other team was. The Kings were the co-favorite for Doug,
and it was
Doc
like
Rivers.
plus
plus 650. There are some coaches that I like. For example, if they'd hired Jeff Van Gundy, and by the way, not a sure thing. None of them are a sure thing. This is my hesitancy has zero to do with Doug. I mean, to be fair, there's still questions. I don't know. I think Doug's a good coach. I've seen him for a few months. I thought he did a great job, not just in trying to stabilize everything, but also with what he had to go through. And he was, I believe his tenure was well above 500, wasn't it? Yeah. It has nothing. It's the macro. It's not the micro. The micro, I'm ecstatic for Doug. I really am. The macro is, I hope this isn't indicative of continuing meddling behind the scenes from the powers that be above that are influencing Scott Perry's decision. And I hope time proves that to be wrong. That's my only concern. Because you could have Doug Christie, Red Auerbach, Phil Jackson, and Greg Popovich all have a baby and have that be your new head coach, and it ain't going to work if you've still got meddling by people that have no business in basketball ops.
Right.
That's my only hold up. So good on Doug.
Yeah, absolutely.
We shall see. And and by the way, okay, I shouldn't say that's my only. That is not my only. Here's the other thing, and I've long had this worry. I do not want, and you're already seeing it in some corners. I do not want to see Doug scapegoated eventually like Vlade. You know what I'm saying? Right. And by the way, that doesn't mean Vlade didn't do some silly things as GM.
Sure.
But as we said before, who's not taking that job? And from the jump, I think Vlade was put in a position that he was almost certainly going to fail at, and he did. But if the Kings offered me the GM spot tomorrow, I would take it. I am nowhere near qualified. I would not say no. I would not say no to the millions of dollars, and I would not say no to the opportunity to fix my team. I would probably be almost certainly a colossal failure and would never be able to show my face in this town again. But I'd take the job. It's the same thing with Vlade. I never blamed him for taking the job, and I believe he did the best he could. He's just not a GM.
Right.
It's just and so with Doug, what I don't want to see is here's a potential scenario. I say a year from this season. Hell, it could be 4 months or 6 months from now. But it's February of 2026. 27. And Doug's fired. The team's 18 and whatever the hell. And then we got to see Doug Christie slander in this city. Like we see Vlade. You think that's not possible? Dare I say, Vlade Divac 10 years ago was as if not more beloved than Doug Christie in this town. Maybe they're tied. And now you've got big pockets of our fan base. Vlade shouldn't even be let in the building.
I don't agree with that.
You don't think?
I think that there are people that do say that, but he still gets huge ovations when he's seen at the arena. I've seen him walking around. People still come up to him.
People
and say,
are a lot different in person. What was it? Amy Adoka said walking around San Francisco. People are a lot braver online than in person. Yeah, but it's still being said. Yes, we live in different worlds, and your world of in person is more important. I completely acknowledge that. I just don't want to see Doug Christie scapegoated ever.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him though.
I mean, and in all reality, like, who was a scapegoat this season? Who was the one getting blamed for this?
Doug
season?
got blamed.
Fox,
Mike Brown, Vivek, a little bit.
I mean, at the end,
Monty.
at the end of the season, a lot of people were going after ownership.
Yeah. I don't like breaking news when we're doing the show.
Huh.
I have no time to
process it.
I don't.
Okay.
It's never good because then it's just unfiltered.
Well, we got more show to go with it.
Should we continue streaking?
Yeah, just pick our
heads?
players.
Yeah, let's
today.
pick our players.
All right. Who are you picking today?
I don't know. Who are you picking?
I'm going to take Corbin Carroll of the Arizona.
Carroll
of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Hey, he's pretty good, Jason Ross.
Yours is serious. You're trying to get to 9.
Yeah. But by the way, is that a season high? I know I carried.
I think I got to 9.
You got to 9. Okay. I'm getting to the point now where I honestly don't remember if I took a guy or not. I don't think have I taken Aaron Judge?
I don't think so.
I'll take give me all rise.
And if so, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I have the list. Aaron Judge. Chris?
In honor of Doug Christie being named the head coach of the Kings, I will take from Seattle, Jorge Polanco.
Oh,
wow. That's a stretch for Chris.
That's a stretch.
Okay. Well, you now have a minute to process more of this Doug Christie news.
I do. We'll take a minute. We'll come back and we'll skip whatever our next segment was. Doug Christie is your new long-term coach of the Sacramento Kings. We'll talk about it next.
On the move, got somewhere to be.